Shalawama, Shalawama. I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. Okay, so we are live. All right, so today, right now, we're going to do a review, actually a review of what we've covered. So I very highly recommend that everybody go back and review each of these episodes. And then also watch the video that I did with Dr. G about Israelites are Moors and Israelites are the Moors and the law. Go back and watch that. Okay, so this is a summary, and we're going to go over the divine principles that are in the U.S. Constitution. So what divine principles? These are principles that we see in that were given to us through Moses. And we see those principles, well, these were instructions that were given to us through Moses. And
hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sunshine Show, the Moonshine Show, the Happy Hour. Calvin, I'm John. I want to thank y'all for joining us.
Oh, what is that? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. What's going on here? Wait a minute. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta pass through Moses. All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sunshine Show, the Moonshine Show, the Happy Hour.
I don't know how that happened, but anyway, let's get going. So this is a review of the commandments that were given to us through Moses, and then these commandments are represented in the organic U.S. Constitution, the Constitution for the United States of America. They are divine principles. All right. All right. So let me repeat that. So today we're going to review some of the instructions or commandments that were given to us through Moses, okay? And I'm going to show you where they are represented in the U.S. Constitution, okay? Where they are represented in the U.S. Constitution, they are represented as divine principles. So we absolutely must be familiar with this stuff. All right, so we're in episode 4 right now. This is episode 4. So let's pick up where we left off last time. All right, we're somewhere around, okay. So this is where we left off last time. Why was the substance removed from the U.S. Constitution? Why was the substance removed? In other words, why were Moors denationalized? Why was gold and silver first? Why was silver taken out or demonetized in the late 1800s, and then later in 1960s, and I think 1972? And then why was the gold standard removed? So this is the substance of the law. So these are portable land that is represented in the Constitution. They are divine principles, right? The Moor is we the people. The gold and the silver, these are the precious metals, the only precious metals, or the only substance, the only things that can pay off a debt. Pay off a debt in as opposed to discharge a debt from the current system, which is the fiat monetary system. Okay, so using that fiat, fiat money system to discharge debts with Federal Reserve notes is actually considered a privilege. All right, so you need to know everything about that. You need to understand how this concept works. Okay, you need to understand how it works due to the 14th Amendment status. So what is the relationship of removing all of the substance, which is the subject matter of the law, removing the law, the Moors, from the Constitution through denationalization and demonetization? How does that relate to the 14th Amendment or U.S. citizenship status? Okay, Well, a summary answer is that corporations cannot hold property. They cannot hold land. Cannot hold land. We went through the definitions of land. Okay, one of the land, of course, is real estate. So in order to make it possible, they did some legal magic, right? And they removed the substance. And then they say, okay, well, now these legislative created creatures can own land. They can own houses, buildings, real estate, so on and so forth. Whereas before they could not. Okay, so go over all of this stuff so that you'll understand. The important thing is not doing paperwork. The important thing is understanding who you are and what the principles are in the paperwork. And then that way you will be able to, quote unquote, save yourself, okay? You'll be able to function. You'll be competent, okay? But this is the beginning, learning the concepts, all right? Learning the concepts. All right, so let's continue. Also remember too, natural law. Natural law in the Declaration of Independence. Natural law is, common law is the Most High's instructions, okay? What is more science? More science is natural law, the study of the sciences, all right? There are many, many sciences, so let's continue. So learn all of these correlations, okay? So when I ask you, why was the substance of the U.S. Constitution removed? Why was the substance and the subject matter of the law removed? The answer is to escheat or to steal the Moors' estates, because Genesis chapter 1, genetically engineered creatures are not heirs, according to Genesis chapter 2, Genesis chapter 10, Jubilees chapter 8, so on and so forth with the land allotments, okay? So you must understand this very well. Okay, now let's see, where are we? Okay, I think I'm one slide ahead of myself, actually. Oh, this is important too. Genesis chapter 2. This is a key. Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, everybody remembers the first man was one man. He was created from the soil. That means he is portable land. That means that that man is the subject matter. He is the substance and subject matter of the law. Okay, so that man is the law. What is the law? The law is whatever the natural people say the law is. Where does one man's rights end and another man's begins? So my rights end when they begin to harm someone else. Okay, your rights end when your rights begin to harm someone else. Okay, what are your rights? Your rights are whatever you say they are. Where are your rights held? Your rights are property. So let me go ahead and read bullet point 1 in this slide. Let me put it on a slideshow. So bullet point 1, okay, Moors, here we go. Moors hold their right to contract. That's a divine principle. The right to contract is a divine principle. This is the essence, okay? The essence of everything is that the Most High gave us the right to contract. What is the right to contract? The right to contract is to agree to say, I'm going to do this and you're going to do that. And okay, so we're going to do this or that. That's all it is, okay? Spoken or written. All right, but in original times, remember, it was spoken, okay? Moors hold their right to contract and all other rights. Oh, no, sorry about that, y'all. Let me move this away. All right, okay. So Moors hold their right to contract and all other rights. Remember, what are your rights? Whatever that you say they are, okay? Moors hold their right to contract. That's specifically given to us by the Most High, written into the U.S. Constitution for the United States. Moors hold their right to contract and trust to the Most High as property that has been settled upon them. So your rights are property held in trust by the Most High that have been settled upon you, more, which can never be contracted away by consent or voluntary waiver. You must know that to be true, because this is everything, okay? And if you're just beginning, and this is your first time ever hearing this, you should be very, very grateful that you hear this now early on, okay? This is as fundamental as you can get. If you understand this, you'll easily understand everything else. Moors hold their right to contract and all other rights in trust to the Most High as property. Now, we have a right to own property, don't we? The U.S. Constitution for the United States protects property, isn't that right? So use your brain. As property that has been settled upon them. Your property has been settled upon you. It is held in trust by the Most High. It can never be contracted away by consent or voluntarily waived. All right? We're speaking law, not practice. But if you understand what the law is, you can enforce it. Okay? If someone tries to take it away from you or tries to trick you into voluntarily giving it up, it cannot be. You can always recover it. Next bullet point. Why? Because it would invalidate. So in other words, why can't it be given away either voluntarily or stolen? It would invalidate the original contract between Moors and the Most High, and man has no authority to violate that contract, right? Because the Most High is what? The Most High. Okay, that's why. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right, so also in review, well, I'm sorry, these are some conclusions, but actually it's also a review because we've already covered these. The so-called Hebrew Israelites, the house of Yasharala, are Moors by definition, according to Genesis chapter 2. Okay, according to Genesis chapter 2, we are Moors. Look up the meaning of land in the Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Also go back and review all of these episodes and the video I did with Dr. G. Okay. Second point, Genesis chapter 10, the 16 families of nations. Okay. These are all heirs who were given a land allotment to the land. In other words, the land was divided up into families, and of course, families are nations. There are 16 nations, okay? In review, you must understand, you must understand, and overstand, that's the proper way to say it, that Moors are the substance of the law and the subject matter of the law. We've gone through that enough. I don't need to go through that more. Moors are therefore the powers, or connotatively speaking, Moors are the gods on earth. Why? Because Moors have the superior right, the autochthonous or indigenous right, okay? Excuse me, we are the true heirs, we are the law, okay? In other words, we are the significant people who have the authority and the power to act, okay? You must know that. This is why we see at Psalms 82, verse 6, the verse that says, "And I have said, ye are gods, all of you children of the Most High," taking us back again to Genesis chapter 2, Genesis chapter 10, okay, and Jubilees chapter 8, okay? Again, you must know that. We were built, we were designed by the Most High with something called the reticular activating system, which you can think of as your goal, G-O-A-L, your goal-seeking mechanism, or your creative faculty, or your quote-unquote God faculty, okay? That is your power, okay? That's how you do it. You can learn how to use that, and you'll be in really, really good shape. The thing to remember is, and to never forget, is this: the Most High gave us at birth absolutely everything we need to be, do, and have any and everything that we want on this earth. It's up to us to realize that and to use it, okay? And to use it. Cannot emphasize that more. What does this mean? We don't need external deities. What we need to do is go inside of ourselves and recognize the faculties that the Most High has already given us, and then use those faculties more effectively, more wisely. And you don't need any external deity. We only need ourselves and each other's, okay? First place to start is returning to the Most High by following his instructions, okay? Stop acting at the lower self level, begin to act at the higher self level, which is again following the Most High's instructions, which is simply following natural law. Natural law is common law. Common law, of course, is common sense. There's nothing difficult about this. We correlate this back to Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, which is honor your ancient foremothers and forefathers. Honor your mothers and fathers, okay, so that it may go well with you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So in other words, we have to acknowledge our genealogy, right? Our nationhood. That means to do what? That means nationality, right? That means nationality. You are a Moor. You are also of the nation of Yasharala, okay? It's the way it is. It's just what it is. All of these scriptural arguments about Canaanites and this and that and the other, they're all Moors, okay? They're all Moors by birth and by birthright, and they all have an heir. They are all heirs. All right, so let's continue. I think that's it, Yasharala. Okay, let's see, we didn't discuss this. Oh, you guys can go back through these lessons. And so with that, I'm going to say thank you for tuning in. And I want to remind everyone to go to zionlawschool.org and sign up for the 101 Ancient Ibaryath course, okay? This course is going to help you learn. It's going to help you learn Ancient Ibaryath, okay? In view of Jeremiah 8:8, let's go ahead and show it before we get into this. This is why this is important. Let's go to Jeremiah 8:8 in the Bible Hub. We'll look at Jeremiah 8:8 in the Amplified Bible, okay? But this is something we must never forget. We must always be mindful of this. Excuse me. So here we are, Jeremiah 8:8 in the Amplified Bible. It reads, how can you say we are wise? How can you say we are wise? And the law of the Most High is with us, and we are learned in its language and teachings. What's that language? Ibaryath. Our ancient ancestors before Babylonian captivity spoke Ibaryath, okay? So how can you say we are learned in its language, which is Ibaryath, and teachings? These are the teachings that came to us through Moses. Behold, the truth is that the lying pen of the scribes are our ancestors. The lying pen of the scribes, these would be also who? The dark priesthood or the black priesthood, okay? These are the ones who brought religion in, okay? The lying pen of the scribes have made the law into a lie, a mere code of ceremonial observances. So do y'all see that? It was the scribes, our ancestors, who brought in this religion. What are religion? Ceremonial observances in what? In honor or worship to external deities. To external deities, okay? So what do we need to do to correct this? We need to go back and do what? We need to learn our language so that we can discover the instructions that were given to Most High that are mentioned here as language and teachings, okay? So this is what I've prepared for you, and it's almost free, okay? So go to zionlawschool.org, click on course offerings. This is going to help us return to the Most High, okay? So this is the way we counter what those lying scribes did, okay, the Black priesthood. And you can see the work that I've been doing with Zion Law School is very effective at doing that. Okay, but everybody needs to know how to do this. Click on Hebrew self-study course, $1 for 1-day trial, no doctrines, $10 per month to subscribe, cancel anytime. Click here. Okay, so this is almost free. Okay, this course is worth at least $8,000 to $10,000. Okay, but you can get it for only a $10 subscription. All right, the $1 for 1-day trial. I'm sure you're going to keep it for years and years and years because it's just so powerful. It's just so intensive and so well taught. So here it is. You can see the monthly plan, $10,000 marked off to $10. $10 for the 1-day trial. For the 1-day trial, you can watch as many videos as you want. There are 113. The introductory part of this course doesn't get into the pictographs and the grammar. The introductory part gives you foundational information to prepare you for the pictographs and the grammar that follows in parts 2 and 3, okay? So if you want to support us, you can do so by Cash App at $Zion Law School or paypal.me/Zion Law School. So go and please support this now. Don't wait because you might forget, you might get busy. Go ahead and support. If you don't have time to do it, buy subscriptions for all of your friends and families. It's only $10. It's basically free. Okay, so if you can afford it, get 5, 10, or however many subscriptions that you can for your loved ones and your friends to help them, because we have to return to the Most High, not as an individual, but as a nation. So do what you can. Do what you can to support your own friends and family and to support the work that I'm doing and that we're doing at Zion Law School. Okay, so go ahead and do that. And I want to thank you in advance for subscribing. Thank you, because we need for you to do this. And then once you do this, we also need for you to come to class so that I can teach you personally, okay? I want to teach you personally. So let me show you where to get the links. So every Saturday at 9 a.m., we have, what's going on? Every Saturday at 9 a.m., we have the curses course, okay, 506, the curses course. So if you look at the, this is in the description box of our YouTube channel, Zion Law School. So the description box, you'll see, yes, I'm all in. So click this link, okay? If you click this link, it'll take you to the registration page. You can come to class. This is our script. You can come to class. You get 2 free classes you can observe. If you want to enroll, you're welcome to enroll, okay? But there's no obligation to buy anything. You just come and enroll. But you do have to, if you come, you do have to subscribe to the Patreon channel. No, our Patreon page. Okay, that's where you'll have access to the recorded classes. Each class is recorded, okay? It's an audio recording. And you are expected to listen to those audios while you are observing, okay? So, because there's no note taking in class, you have to listen to the audios outside of class, all right? The reason for that is because things move really fast, okay? And you'll get lost trying to take notes. And note taking is a very ineffective way of learning while in a lecture. All right, so register here and you can participate in those live courses, all right? Now you can also get the link to the 101 in the description box. So here it is right here. So if you like this content and you see value in it, if it has helped you and your family, whether you're a current student, a current scholar or a past scholar, or whether you're sitting on the fence, okay? If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe to the 101 course. Subscribe to the 101 course and come to class Saturday, 9 a.m., 506 the Curses course. The link is here. Register here so you can begin learning. Sometimes people stay for free longer than 2 weeks. It just depends on a lot of factors. If you don't have the Federal Reserve notes, maybe we can work something out where you can stay more. But I'm kind of getting away from doing that because it only creates problems from what my experiences has shown me. Most people can afford it anyway, as I've experienced. All right, so now these are our books. You should have, everyone should have these books in their library, okay? Everyone should have them. So I'm not going to go through everything, but if you enjoy what we do and it's giving you value in your life, support and put these books in your library, put these books in your children's library and your mate's library, and buy them as gifts for your friends so that we can build Zion Law School, expand, and start to do things in a more professional way, and even be able to, at some point, be able to meet each other physically. Okay, it takes finances to do all of this. All right, so that said, Shalom, I'm Dr. Yasapa. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Show up in class. It doesn't cost you anything to observe for free. There's no excuse for you not to learn, none whatsoever. That 101 course is a streaming course, is basically free. There's no excuse for you to learn, for you not to subscribe, other than it's because you don't want to. All right, and that's between you and the Most High. All right, so that said, like and share the video, and I'll see you.